Have you ever woken up on a cold, gray morning? The kind where even the thought of getting out of bed feels like an impossible task. We've all been there. The alarm rings, but your mind whispers, just 5 more minutes. You find yourself grappling with that inner voice, the one that tells you to stay where it's comfortable, where it's safe. But deep down, you know that voice is holding you back. It's in these moments, when motivation is nowhere to be found, that your true strength is tested. Because, my friends, success isn't born from fleeting bursts of motivation. It's forged in the relentless fire of discipline. We live in a world that celebrates motivation, that rush of energy and excitement that propels us to chase our goals with fervor. But here's the truth. Motivation is not a constant. It's like a spark, bright and dazzling, but just as quickly it can fade. And when it does, what are you left with? What drives you to keep pushing forward when the excitement wanes and the journey becomes arduous? This is where discipline steps in. Discipline is the backbone of success. It's what keeps you going when you don't feel like it. When the initial thrill has worn off and all that's left is the grind. It's easy to show up when you're feeling motivated. But what about those days when the weight of the world is on your shoulders? When you're tired, stressed, and uninspired? What happens when the road ahead seems endless and each step feels heavier than the last? That's when discipline separates the achievers from the dreamers. Discipline is not about doing things when you feel like it. It's about doing them because they need to be done, regardless of how you feel. It's about showing up day in and day out. Think about it. The most successful people in the world aren't always the most motivated. They're the most disciplined. They've mastered the art of pushing through the tough times, of performing even when the passion isn't there. They've learned to rely on habits, routines, and sheer willpower to get things done, even when the spark of motivation has long since burned out. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How many times have you set a goal, fired up with excitement, only to abandon it when the going got tough? How often have you let that inner voice of doubt and fatigue dictate your actions? Imagine what could happen if, instead of waiting for motivation to strike, you built the discipline to keep going no matter what. It's not easy. Discipline requires sacrifice. It demands that you push through the pain, the boredom, the fatigue. It means waking up early, staying late, and putting in the work, even when you don't see immediate results. It's about understanding that the journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. And it's about committing to that journey every single day. But here's the good news. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Each time you choose to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to, you're building your discipline. You're training yourself to take control of your actions, to master your mind, and to become the person who doesn't just dream about success, but achieves it. So, the next time you're faced with the challenge, when the motivation just isn't there, remember this. You don't need motivation to succeed. You need discipline. You need the strength to keep going, to push through the discomfort, and to stay focused on your goals, no matter what. The path to greatness is not lined with easy days and constant motivation. It's carved out by those who have the discipline to show up, put in the work, and keep moving forward even when the odds are stacked against them. It's about embracing the grind, mastering the discipline, and becoming unstoppable. Because at the end of the day, success isn't about how motivated you were when you started. It's about how disciplined you were when the going got tough. So stand tall, dig deep, and remember, it's not the motivation that will take you to the top. It's your discipline that will keep you there.